Hello again. I just wanted to follow up my last, I think it was my last video anyway, about my first sober night out being a disaster. And it's really weird because day after I did that particular video, I went to a wedding, and I don't go to a lot of weddings because in Croatia they go on to like 6 in the morning, and they don't have any beer at the table. It's just spirits and wine, and it's a real they drink from like 1 in the afternoon till 6 in the morning. Fair play, that's what I used to do. But I've got to go to some of those events. Now, the great thing about it is I've been sober for quite a while now, so I don't think about picking up a drink. But when I first got sober, of course I did. And I just wanted to give you five, if you're just starting out on your sober journey, your recovery, five of my top tips of how I got through my sober nights at family occasions, weddings, christenings, whatever. There's always going to be booze around. Just think if you think you can avoid booze, you've got another thing coming. It's everywhere. It's in the shops, it's in people's houses, it's everywhere. You just got to be used to people offering it to you. You got to be used to be around people who are drinking. So you need some tools in your toolbox to prepare yourself for this. And so number one is when you go out, just make sure you know where your drink is and what you're drinking, because it is very easy to mistake a Coca-Cola and a Jack Daniels and Coke. And I know this just from being at the wedding on Saturday, because they're all on Jack and Coke. So I actually stuck to water because I could tell the difference. That's a really, really easy tip. The other thing that will always come up is people go, "Do you want a drink?" And you say, "No." People go, "Oh, go on, you've got to have a drink." You go, "No, it's okay to say no, and you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to go, "I can't. I'm an alkie. I've got a problem with drink, or I'm allergic to alcohol." Just say no. Just say you can't. Just say you're on antibiotics, or just something that you're comfortable with, but get that ready before you go out. You don't want to start thinking about that on the spot. And trust me, it happens a lot more than you think. It still happens to me today. People know I don't drink, but they still offer me drinks just to see if they can get Dexter to drink. So yeah, and going to go on to number three: exit strategy. Have one at all times. Make sure that you can go home whenever you want, as easily as you can. Um, by that, I mean, if you drive, make sure you can just leave whenever you want. And the people that you're with know you might just vanish. Because another thing, another tip is I actually don't say goodbye to people anymore. It's just not worth the hassle. I slip out the fire exit, I'm out the back door, and I'm gone. Because what you generally find is that people, "No, you gotta stay, you gotta say goodbye to this person. I'll just stay for a bit longer, blah, blah, blah." And at that point of you wanting to leave, you're probably at your weakest point where, "Fucking hell, I wanna go home," you know? So don't say goodbye, just fuck off home, you know? No one's gonna miss you, you're not that important, you know? I used to do it at the clubs all the time when I was actually still drinking and getting on it, I used to, when I'd had enough, I'd just leave. I would never say goodbye. And I think there's a few of you out there who do the same thing. Another tactic I've found that has helped me, because I found that alcohol always helped me be sociable and talk to people, and just another side of me would come out, a confident side. Now, this generally is subdued when you're sober, and when you're around drunk people, it becomes even more subdued and even more deeper inside you, and you feel really a bit on edge. And I've kind of found a way around that by, if I'm sat at a table, or am I standing at a bar, or I'm standing somewhere, and there's someone that I know, or people that I know of, or fairly I know, kind of. I try and get to know at least one of those people a lot better. I actually have a proper conversation with these people, not a drunken conversation, not a, "God, I love you. Oh, it's great. It's such a great night. Oh, yeah, we're going to go and do this now, blah, blah." Those conversations that I sorely miss. But just get to know some of these people. What are they all about? Where are they from? What's their background? There's people are interesting. Make some new friends. And I kind of did this on Saturday at the wedding. I spoke to a couple of people, and before I knew it, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to go home. And I left there making a couple of new acquaintances who are now I'm a bit closer to, which was kind of nice to wake up to knowing that I've achieved something. And the fifth and most important sober tip: if you really don't feel like going out, don't go. Just don't go. If you think you're gonna struggle, if you think you're gonna pick up, if you think you're gonna be influenced, and your gut is telling you, "I don't want to be there," don't go. That is probably the most important tip from this video. If you are worried and something is telling you that you shouldn't be going to this event because you're going to drink or you're going to get off your nut, don't go. Okay. I've seen so many people fail at this hurdle, sit in, watch Netflix, have something nice to eat, play with the cat, go to sleep, and you'll wake up in the morning and you'll be like, "Oh, I promise you, I've been there. I've been there and failed many, many times before." So I hope you digest these tips. They have worked for me over the years. And you got to remember, I fell off the wagon dozens of times. And by that, I mean, I drank, tried to give up, and failed dozens and dozens and dozens of times. So I'm talking from experience. So just try and digest these. And if you've got any of your other inspirational tips or bits of advice, just drop them in the comments. Because I'd always like to know a little bit more about how people go about socializing in alcoholic environments. And another one: avoid the really, really fucked up people. The last thing you want is someone sat next to you or next to you in your ear, just going on and on and on in a drunken rabble. Just make an excuse and move away and find an area or someone who is just a little bit more chilled and on your level and you can talk to. The last thing you want is just someone to be in your ear, very drunk, because you got to remember, you used to be that person. Well, I certainly used to be that person anyway. So I'm not taking a piss out of anyone at all that I've ever met in the past who've been that, because I was that person. I used to be a fucking boring bastard when I was really drunk. And in the morning I just wouldn't know what I talked about, but it was pure nonsense. So those are some takeaways for this week. I hope you find them useful, and I wish you all the best, and just take it one day at a time.